Hey YouTube, Coppersan here. Almost 2 weeks have passed already since the previous episode and we made a ton of progress thanks to our double miracle time, compensations and a ton of grinding. This is episode 2 of our Reboot progression series. We ended the episode 2 weeks ago with 4k main stat and we were level 207. I've had a lot of plans and goals for these past 2 weeks and some of them I achieved and actually did better than expected and others I didn't even start on yet. Whoops. First let me show you where I trained and which level I reached. To reach level 210 I trained at T-Boy's Research Train 1 in Reverse City while doing my dailies every day like the proper mapler that I am. At level 210 Choo Choo Island unlocks and after completing the pre-quest there, just doing the dailies again for a couple of days was enough to level me up. We unlock more dailies now anyway, so plenty of EXP to gain from that. Not sure though if I should be happy or depressed about that. Whenever I wasn't doing my dailies, I was training in Hidden Research Train, also in Reverse City with a totem. Whenever I do have a few hours available, I just pop a totem and grind for 2 hours. The EXP curve was adjusted not too long ago, so leveling does feel like it actually is going quite a bit faster. In E Reboot there also isn't that much population, so finding a map to grind in with a higher burning stage is actually pretty common for now at least. Whenever I didn't have a totem, I usually just grind in Slurpy Forest. I really like Dealey Bobber Forest 1 personally. We did that all the way until we reached level 215 and then we unlocked Yum Yum Island, which is a lovely, nice forest with mutated mushrooms and monkey rocks. I trained a few levels at Mushbub Forest 5 and eventually moved over to Hidden Illiard Field when I was strong enough to take them down in only a couple of hits. And that was enough to push us to level 220, unlocking Lacheline. At the time of this video I am actually already level 221. Just a few more levels and I will actually have passed my old Battle Mage main. Man, I'm really bad at grinding high level characters, huh? Actually, I do plan to slow down on the leveling just a little bit and focus more on my dailies and grinding my Legion for now. But of course, I can't just level up fast without upgrading my gear, and we did a ton of upgrading. Last week we finally had our double miracle time event and we got a ton of compensation cubes as well as boss drops. I finally found my DCDS earrings from Horntail. Also I learned that in Reboot the secondary pendant slot can be bought over at this merchant right here in Livre, so I unlocked that as well. I got myself a Royal Metal Black Shoulder from Magnus and a belt from Pink Bean, but I'll go more into the bossing later. And finally we got an Eternal Flame Ring for reaching a level milestone since this is a burning character. I'm still relatively fresh to Reboot and this Arcane Symbol upgrade tax was really hurting my Meso wallet, but with the help of Ursus, MapleStory and just some good old grinding, I did manage to scrape together 1.5 billion Mesos for my double miracle time. And wow, a miraculous time it was. We got our emblem, secondary, earrings, pendant and burning ring all to legendary and they all have at least some main stats as well. I mostly used black cubes to rank up the items and red cubes to reroll the potential lines until I had something that I was relatively okay with. Since I only had a couple of mesos, I went for the approach that I just wanted to rank up items and roll at least one line of decent, sort of decent stats like attack or main stats, and then I moved on to the next one to try and get as much as possible out of this and try and get as many of my items to a higher potential rarity. If you're looking into cubing as well, check out our recent cubing guide that might help you get started. So in total, after all this cubing, my emblem got 9% all stats, 9% attack and 9% strength. I think this is probably my best gain so far. My secondary has 12% attack and some junk lines. The earrings got 12% strength and 6% all stats. Same for the pendant, and the ring I rolled got 21% strength as well, which isn't too bad either. Since I cannot one-shot most monsters and I'll need to get a lot stronger before I can comfortably boss, this is fine for now actually. I will try and get some meso or drop rate lines instead later once we upgrade our other gear. But seriously, we only had 1.5 billion meso to spend and I was very happy with this result. And that ain't on the upgrading we did. We also got a ton of compensation cubes from the recent issues with the flame and cube drop that we also made a video about earlier. Glad that change got reverted. And even though I needed to clean out a ton of slots just to accept the compensation, we did manage to get our face, eye accessory, ring and shoulder to unique with those cubes. Most of these items will be replaced at one point, but I can't just grind for more mesos and I want to get to a point where I can comfortably take down the kills with the Abyss bosses and farm for mesos, so it probably isn't the most optimal gear to upgrade, but it does help a ton with moving forward in our progression. Oh, and whoops, there was also one thing that I kinda totally forgot about. The Monster Park Greed Pendant. This pendant increases the drop rate of equipment by 20% by itself. So if you are on Reboot, I can highly recommend upgrading this item to Legendary as well for some additional drop and meso lines. This item is a great point to get started into getting some meso and drop gear. This is my gear as of right now. I have gotten an Absolute weapon from the burning event and we will be using that for a long time. Currently fully buffed with link skills and legion set up, we're at 9.8k main stat and we've hit 2 million damage range. I still want to collect a ton of mesos from Ursus and Maple Tour and perhaps go for a small cubing session soon to try and roll for some better stats on most items. We are still lacking damage. Or perhaps I'll wait with that and try and save up for that Android and Heart that currently are available in the event meso store that are like 2.5 billion that I need for that. I still haven't done the Afterland Steam Dungeon either for the totems though, so those are still lacking as well. I kinda need to still mentally prepare for that one. Oh, and a quick tip if you're on Reboot, since Double Miracle Time left my meso bank account devastated, it left it in ruins guys, I got a quick few million mesos by trading in my Silent Crusade boss coins from meso bags in the Silent Crusade store. You can find that store on your key bindings. Well, we are slowly improving. There still is a ton of room for growth outside of this character as well. That's why I want to continue to do my dailies and level up a bit more slowly to focus more on my Legion and Link skills. As of right now, I'm working on my Phantom for the crit rate Link skill and the meso increased Legion effect, a Blaster for mostly the ignore enemy defense Legion stat, and I got a Hoyoung to level 120 for its Link skill that also increases ignore enemy defense. I leveled up an Aaron as well because I was still missing the combo Orp XP Link skill from this class. I'm slowly getting those to either level 200 or level 140 for now. Next up I'm going to level up a Demon Slayer, a Demon Avenger and all 3 Explorer Mages to level 120 for their Link skills and Legion effects. I'm currently getting all those classes to level 120. After that I just log into them once a day, pop a rune, find Succumb, and after that I train them until the rune duration is over in either Librium or Korean Folktown to get 1 or 2 level ups a day, and that way I can slowly work towards building my Legion. It's a nice way to get some smaller gains over time without getting burned out from trying to level up as fast as possible. There only is so much time in a day and I still have a ton of dailies to do on my main as well. My Legion is getting close to 4k as of right now and I have plans to grow that to 5k and eventually 6k. My fiancée Femke and I have decided that we'll mostly try to duo most bosses together, and we did manage to take down a couple more, so we started to gang up against normal Magnus. And Femke actually got lucky and got a badge right away. I'm still hoping for that badge. And after a tough battle we defeated Chaos Succumb at level 215, that level I also took down Easy Empress, and Normal Acarium and Pink Bean are pretty easy to take down at this point, but my biggest achievement was soloing Hard Hilla, which is super annoying thanks to her cage mechanic. So at the start of this video I mentioned that there were some goals that I didn't achieve yet. I actually haven't started the Commercy questline yet, I still didn't get my totems, and I still haven't done my Scrapyard or Demon Camp weeklies. I promise I'm getting to those real soon. Overall though, I'm quite happy with the progression for both Femke and me, but we will need to get a lot stronger to comfortably take down the kills with the Abyss bosses like we're doing in the Luna server on our mains right now. Right now we both are still lacking a lot of ignore enemy defense, but that's nothing that a little Legion can't fix. The Explorer Mage Link skills will help a ton with that as well. Shade and Paladins aren't also exactly known for their great damage output, so we need to become just a tad stronger than let's say an Adele to achieve the same effect. And that was all I had to share for part 2 of our Reboot progression series. I hope it was useful to you and fun to watch. We are going to work on part 3 now, which will focus more on Link skills, Legion and more. And that was all for today. As always, many thanks to our members for making this video possible. Thanks to Niels the Coninck, Raar maar waar, Sebastian Hanoy, FLX, Ryalias, Terry Kim, Vareese, Dries Zumker, Wiley, Francisco Sousa, Historycanon, BackSpaceOTI, ceemak, Saffronyx, Lorenzo, BG Extremes, Anwar NHI, Brendon, Frank Bouquit, Ziggy Deer, Flidiot, Beamer WT, Knifesu, Chen125, Cloudfix, Gusus Rodriguez, Sir QQ Morse, Froggy11, 32655, Grayson Lee, Riser RU, Brendan Cam, Vira, Bruno H, Trevor, Yuki436, Afterlord_MS, Sinfolido, Rathius, John Man, Lucky Beats, Justin Vale, Silvio Nito, Stevie Zhang, Rayuski TV, Soli Shinauda, and Heopan. If you would like to be mentioned here as well and get early access to new videos, make sure to check out that join button below this video. Thank you all so much for watching, stay safe and happy mapling!